Okay, just a follow-up to my last video on the n50. We're going to be moving it down into the man cave soon and then going into the theater room, looking at multiple different devices and different rooms here and whatnot. But what I wanted to really show you guys is and if you don't believe me, I did attend the Exponia 16 audio event in Chicago. But what I was really interested in is not stuff like the Dan Augustino monoblock amplifiers or the legacy stuff. I talked to the guys at KEF. I like KEF a lot. I've got some KEF speakers downstairs, the Uniqs, and I'm gonna go up to the Q500 towers soon, and we're doing some reviews on that. But here's what I wanted to show you for first-time users of the n50, what it says. Startup time required when powering on. And then playing music via USB connection to a computer, n50 only, not the n30. That's one of the main reasons why I got this guy. But look at it, it's limited by a wired connection. If I had my Dragonfly coming out of my computer, which is right there, if I had my Dragonfly coming out of the computer, there'd be no way to put it into there. There's no connection like that. I mean, Dragonfly comes out with a 3.5 millimeter. Now, I suppose you could put that into your computer USB, have a 3.5 millimeter coming out of there. I guess convert it to RCA. You're never going to be able to convert that to a digital, like a Toslink or a coax, but I guess you could get a 3.5 millimeter and convert it to like a, RCA, and then the problem still relies. Look. Not one audio analog input. We have digital inputs, we have analog out, but no analog input. That is the problem with this. So maybe in the hopes that you can Bluetooth stream it? I don't know. But it's not looking too wonderful with the setup that I've got right now, so that's why I'm going to say your 16, 18, 25-year-olds even would not like this. There are so many other products out there that are going to give you much better bang for the buck. But attending the audio event, what I found out was you pair something like that up with an Emotiva 7.2 and then pre it through anything you want, like Marantz NR1606. That thing gives you the capability of doing the pure audio, the high bit 32. It really takes your digital audio and converts it to a much higher bitrate spectrum. And I'll explain in a little bit, but using some wires and cords like this are going to actually make the biggest difference on an item like this. And I kind of want to do a review video showing you soon, just some when you subscribe to a cable like Uverse or Time Warner Cable, you're going to get those HDMI cords that are the cheapest made possible. I would just want to compare putting a cheap HDMI cord to something like this. Now, this unit doesn't take HDMI, but it will take AudioQuest, Toslink, and digital coax. But I wanted to show you some items that I got from the Exponia event, because they really do actually make something like this much, much, much better. And I'm looking at the high-resolution portable DAP, but the high-end wireless audio system, now you pair that up with this n50, oh man, optical adapter, so it'll go in digital, and if I've got to be honest with you guys, I've got Time Warner Cable, right? So I have the fastest internet I can have here in my area, which is 50 megabits a second. It is usually within 50 to 48 megabytes a second compared to Uverse. With these wires and with a network return channel on your Ethernet cable on the HDMI, with an Ethernet return on the HDMI, these things are going to really make something like this, the n50, pop. But hey, this is just my opinion, and this was at the Exponia audio event show in Chicago, so I'm just telling you kind of what's going on in terms of the world right now, in terms of what people are getting into and where these companies are going and moving. And that's why I have these two Ethernet cords sitting on the floor. You're like, why are these two? Well, they're old, guys. And 2 years ago, they would have sufficed fine. But if you can see here, yeah, Cat5e, see, verified. And then you got a cord here that's the same, length. Looks a little different, but what is it? It's still a Cat5e. I think if you can see that, verified. So, Cat 5. I'm looking for a Cat 6 cable. I'm looking for a Cat 6 cable because the n50 has no wireless, right? So I'd be going out of my router, or out of a range extender like this. I can't tell you yet. I'm going to figure out 2 different ways to do it. But I'd either be going out of my router with a Cat 6 cable, or put this to the router directly, and then this thing connected Ethernet to that. But unfortunately, it's got to be connected to Ethernet, and I'm going to use nothing less than a Cat 6 cable for it, because I have an AC wireless access point, WAP, which is much more reliable and faster than a traditional router or Wi-Fi signal. So the WAP, the wireless access point, with an AC band of about 1700, is really going to give you top quality. I'll do some more reviewing on that in the future, but that's where these things come into play. With a fast, high-quality internet connection, these things give you unprecedented quality. So, more reviews soon.